Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's been a long time since y'all seen me.
It's probably walking through the door as we speak.
It's been a long time since y'all seen me in the morning. Y'all know my Wi-Fi gonna start tripping, so I'm gonna wait. Ooh, it's dark out here. Y'all, it's dark and ugly out here. Like, it's dark and ugly out here. Anyway, so it's been like a super long time since I came to y'all and said something in the morning to you. But I received the word this morning for myself. And when I received it for myself, I said, you know what? I got to tell somebody, because it's people that are out here feeling guilty because they can't be everything to everybody. Y'all, it's so ugly out here. I want y'all to be careful. First of all, I need y'all to be very, very careful out here, because when I say it's ugly, it's ugly. But anyway, so I know it's a lot of people. Once you have been strong for everybody, once you have been everything to everybody, you naturally feel like that's your responsibility, right? So last time I was on, which that's why I'm on today, because I didn't talk to y'all this weekend. And I didn't talk to y'all this weekend because I unplugged, like really unplugged. But anyway, I talked to you about self-care. I talked to you about not trying to carry people, because we try to carry people when we're not strong enough to carry them. And what ends up happening is we end up dropping them, and we end up getting hurt too, because you wasn't equipped to carry them. So this morning I was listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts, because that's what you should do in the morning. You should get up and put you some word in your system. If you don't have a word, put you some word in your system. I've been praying for the last 2 days about restoration, about peace, about growth. Just been praying about it. Just been praying. Lord, restore me. Lord, show me me. Just the whole 9 yards. And in my spirit, I just kept feeling it's okay if you save some for you. And I was like, I felt that in my spirit. Hey, cousin, I felt like he was saying, it's okay if you save some for you. So then you start thinking, like, what is some? It's okay if you save some love. Hold on, y'all. Maybe it needs to be turned that way. Anyway. It's okay. Thank y'all. It's okay if you save some love for yourself. It's okay if you save some time for yourself. It's okay if you save whatever for yourself, because I feel like recently the real problem is I've been getting upset. Ooh, did y'all see that? I've been getting upset with not getting the return yield for what I give out. But then I've been tripping too, because the Lord said that we shall reap whatever we sow, but it didn't say that we would reap it where we sow it at, okay? So that's the main thing. Like, we pour into people, keep pouring, and then we like, well, I did this, or I did that, I should get this back. I was there, I support, I pray, I should get this back. The Lord saying, yes, you should get that back, but you're not going to necessarily get it back from where you are sowing it from. So then he starts saying, well, sometimes we give stuff to people that we didn't ask him if we should give. For instance, if you gave your child $10, right? You gave your child $10 for the week for snacks, and they took it upon themselves to take the $10 you gave them and gave it to somebody else, then came back to you crying about the $10. The first thing you're going to say is, nobody told you to give them what I gave you. That's your natural, as a parent, that's going to be your natural response. Nobody told you to give them what I gave you. I feel like God is saying the same thing. Your peace, your faith, your hope, what's inside of you, you can't be mad if you get it out to the whole wide world and you don't get the same thing in response, because God did not tell you, hey, give that to them. God will tell you where to sow it. Now, sometimes God does tell us, yes, sow into this, sow into that, talk to this person, talk to that person, cover this person, cover that person. And in return, if we're doing what he told us to do, he'll pour back into us some way, shape, or form. It may not come from that person, but it will definitely come in some way, shape, or form. But I think it's vitally important, y'all, that we realize sometimes it's just all right to keep something for yourself. Keep some time for yourself. Keep some peace for yourself. Keep some love for yourself. Keep some support for yourself. What you gonna do when people not calling to tell you you can do that? I'll support you. I'm in your corner. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when everything you gave somebody? And you know, children are a prime example of this. Baby, if you got a child, don't nobody work your ever-loving last nerve like these children. Like, for real, you will get them. You can take your arm off your body and give it to them. And you know what? At the end of the day, they'll leave you feeling like ain't nobody tell you to do that. So why am I telling you that? Because we give stuff to people that we don't have to give them. We do. And then when we don't get it in response, we don't get the same type of understanding in response, then we feeling left and confused and all that type of stuff. When God is saying it's okay to save some for you. Now we all supposed to be servants. The goal in life is to support one another. Second commandment, love others as you love yourself. And this weather is bad, y'all. So I hope y'all praying for me the way I'm praying for y'all. But it also says that you're supposed to love God first above all things. So like when we put family, people, things, the desire of certain things over God, he got to call us back from that because we're missing the bigger picture. The Lord says the first commandment is to love thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. So don't take your eyes off of that. For nothing. For nobody. For no situation. I know sometimes it's easy to jump in. When we see, like, I hate to see people going through stuff. So I have become the person that likes to save people from themselves. But it's almost like jumping in front of a bullet. If the Lord is trying to show you something or trying to show them something, and you decide to jump in front of what God is trying to show them, then you got to take the hit. You end up the one taking the hit for what God was trying to show them. Most of the time, the Lord is trying to show us stuff to make us stronger. He's trying to prune us. He's trying to make us better people, okay? Most of the time, he's trying to get us to be totally dependent on him. So he might allow certain things to keep happening in our lives so that we can say, yes, I trust you and only you. You know what I'm saying? But we get so caught up in being everything for everybody to where we say, you know what, I'm going to jump in. Well, I can help her with that. Some things not for you to help them with it. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with y'all. One thing we don't like is tough love. One thing we don't like is tough love. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to allow people to experience God for themselves. I look at the things that broke me, that made me stronger. I look at the times that I sat alone and was just lost. It made me stronger. I look at the times that I lost vehicles, I lost friends, I lost stuff. And it just made me stronger because what it made me was totally dependent on God. It made me stop and say, like Job, if you take everything from me, naked I came in the world and naked I shall leave. But I never would have had those revelations if every time something happened, my daddy would have jumped in and said, I'm going to take care of that for you. I never would have had those revelations if every time something went wrong in my life, my Titus tools or my godmothers would have jumped in and say, oh, don't worry about that. Here, I never would be humble. I never would be as close to God as I am if for not the breaking. And I don't know if that's how you say that. Pastor on here, he probably would have said it differently than me. But if it was not for the breaking, y'all, if he would have not broke me up, I never would have been solely dependent on God. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay to go to God for what you need and then keep it for yourself. It's okay. It's okay to go to him and say, Lord, restore me. Lord, empower me. Lord, grow me up. Lord, give me wisdom. Lord, give me patience. Lord, give me love. Lord, give me the things that I need. And keep it for yourself for a little while. Now, when he wants you to pour it out, he will show you the vessels to pour it into. Half the time we pouring stuff into people that's full of holes. Full of them. Full of holes. Full of holes. Full of holes. Then you mad. You end up getting upset because you took everything God gave you. You poured it into them. And then you watched everything you poured into them seep out. Seep out. You just watching it. You like, dang, I just gave them. You ever gave somebody your last couple of dollars and then saw them posting pictures in the club? And you like, I really ain't had no food, and they posting pictures in the club. Guess what? Guess who that's on? That's not on them. That's on you. That's on you. That's on you. Because in all things we supposed to consult God and say, Lord, is this who you would have me sow into? Lord, is this who you would have me to encourage? Lord, is this who you would have me to walk with? Lord, is this who you would have me to support? We don't do that though. We be so bent on being everything to everybody. And I know that's what the word of God says. I mean, I remember Paul said something like that about being everything to everybody. You can't be everything to everybody if you don't have enough for yourself. You just can't, y'all. You just can't. So I'm still on my kick, like I told y'all last time. I'm still on that self-care stuff. I'm still on that it's all about you stuff. I'm still on that self-check, make sure you good stuff. Because if you don't, nobody else will. You're going to be sitting alone one day and you're going to be saying, all the people I call and checked on, all the people I pray over, all the people I encourage. And you're going to look up and those same people that you encourage, pray for, walk with, they ain't going to have it. They're not going to have it to give to you. Why though? And should you be mad? No, I'm not mad about it. It's the fact that sometimes we just built different. We all. Sometimes we just built different. I'm built a certain kind of way. I can pray for everybody, a whole bunch of different people in a whole bunch of different situations. I can. Because that's the way God made me. He made me to where I can give a little bit of this. I can give a little bit of that. Some people are not built like that, y'all. Some people mental is not equipped to do what they have to do for them and do what they have to do for you. So you can't be mad at them because they are not equipped that way. Especially when at the end of the day, the Lord is the only one that's supposed to be carrying you. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord is the only one that's supposed to reasonably be giving you everything you need. You can't be mad at them people. I don't care who it is. It could be your brother. It could be your sister. It could be your friend. It could be your husband. It could be whatever. You cannot be mad at people for not being who you are to them. Because God has equipped you, God has empowered you, and God has allowed you to just continuously to sow. Continuously to pour. Continuously to support. That's who he's called you to be. So you can't be mad at those people. But you can be mad at yourself when you realize you not together, and instead of you stopping yourself, and instead of you pouring, you continue to pour. You need to stop yourself. You need to stop yourself, check yourself, and say, what are you doing? I had these talks to myself all the time. That's why it's so easy for me to ride and talk to y'all, because I talk to myself all the time and I ask myself, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is that what God told you to do? Is that what God told you to say? What are you doing? Even when I feel myself disconnected, because that's why this weekend I went under, I found myself so far away from God almost to where I kind of couldn't hear him. And that'll happen. That's just same thing, just like with your child. If you took your child to a theme park and you walking with your child and you holding his hand, and then he decides he wants to be grown, so he lets your hand go, so he start walking his own way, and y'all get disconnected, and you steady calling his name, you calling his name, you calling for him, screaming for him, Chris, where you at? Corey, come to mama, because you got so many things in between y'all, he not gonna hear you. Because you got so much noise in between y'all, he not gonna hear you. Because he's let go your hand, he's not gonna hear you. So what do we have to do? We got to stick with the hand of God, y'all. We got to stay so close up under him. We got to stay so covered. We have to stay so close to him to where I can't even hear the noise because I'm listening to the Father. For real. We got to stay so close to him that I don't really know what's going on in the world because I'm up under him. You understand what I'm saying? But when we start letting noise get in between us, first of all, when we mess up and let go of his hand, that's number one. Because we do that. We get comfortable. We get excited, and what do? We let go of his hand. We get to feeling ourselves, want to be ground. Oh, I got it from here, God. We let go of his hand. I don't care what situation I'm in. Like Paul say, whether I'm abased, whether I'm abound, in season, out of season, whatever, I'm not going to let go of his hand. I walked through my house the past 2 days, walking, talking, praying, confessing, believing, telling the Lord, I'm not going to let go. I'm not going to let go. I'm not going to let go of my vision. I'm not going to let go of the promise. I'm not going to let go of my goals. I'm not going to let go of his hand. Because the way I get all the other stuff is to hold to his hand. But when you let his hand go and you start seeking your own little stupid stuff, you start seeking what you want for you, you start seeking the image of things that you want from you, that's when it gets noisy. That's when you can't hear him no more, because you didn't let yourself be separated. And you can never be separated from the love of God, but you can be separated from his voice. Things can be so loud to where I just can't hear him no more. I can't do like I need to do no more because I can't hear him anymore. So in those times, what do? Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Y'all know me. I'm the queen of the duck off, and I'm the queen of the shutdown. I will shut it down in a heartbeat and get myself together and back in right standing so that I can hear God clearly. What does that mean? No, that means I can't be everything to everybody. I love you. I support you. You mean something to me, but I can't be everything to everybody. Because when you everything to everybody, you end up losing something you need for yourself, okay? Now, I made it to my job, which I'm not going to lie to y'all. God is blessing me. He's really doing the work. Like, he's really showing me some things in myself that I never seen before in myself. And this job is a great opportunity for me to grow in the things of God, to pour into children. All I got to do is stay grounded, stay encouraged, and keep my eyes focused on him. Not the mark, not what I want, just walk and keep my eyes focused on me. He says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and he will add all things unto you. So what am I going? I'm going after God because he will add all things. Now, I got to run in the rain, so I'm not about to be this cute, but I want y'all to take what I said today. Hold on to it. Text me back, y'all. Start giving me some encouraging words. I want y'all to start inboxing me. Start talking to me, because guess what? I live my life in a bubble, separated and secluded from the world sometimes, but sometimes I need to hear, yes, you can. Yes, God will. You know what I'm saying? From the believers. Now, everybody else, if you ain't got it to give, I ain't tripping. But for all my believers, my family, my people, my friends, y'all pray for me. I'm going to pray for you. Keep some for yourself, though, y'all. Don't give it to everybody. Don't give it to everybody. You keep what you need for you. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Stay lifted. Live blessed. Let's.